Hello viewers, how far would you go to keep the love you sacrificed everything to build? If you knew that love could slip away the moment success arrives, let me know your thoughts in the comment section as you stick with me through this interesting story about Bayo and Kemi. In the heart of the serene village of Okun, nestled amidst rolling hills and vast farmlands, lived a couple, Kemi and Bayo. Their story was not unlike many others that began in this small African village, but it was destined to take a turn that no one could have predicted. Kemi, a strong woman, strong in will, character, and the ability to endure hardships. She had met Bayo when they were both young, during a time when poverty clung to their skins like the dusty harmattan winds. Bayo had nothing but ambition and a head full of dreams. He wanted to escape the cycle of poverty that trapped many of their peers, and Kemi believed in him more than anyone else. She saw his potential and knew deep within her that he would be a great man. So she stood by him through everything. The long nights when Bayo walked under the dim glow of kerosene lamp, trying to educate himself to become a businessman. The days when there was nothing to eat but cassava, and even then only barely enough to satisfy. Through every trial, Kemi remained unwavering. Years passed, and just as Kemi has predicted, Bayo's fortune began to turn. He found success in the bustling city of Lagos, making shrewd business deals, opening stores, and gradually climbing the ladder of wealth. With each passing day, his name carried more weight. Bayo, once the boy with no shoes, now wore Italian leather. He was no longer the man scrapping for a meal. He was a man of means of influence. But with wealth came new problems, and Kemi, ever perspective, began to notice changes in Bayo. There were whispers in the village, rumors that Bayo, who often traveled to Lagos for business, was entertaining other women. The signs were subtle at first, but as the months rolled by, they became more glaring. The gifts he once brought home for Kemi became less thoughtful, his time in the village shorter, his excuses more plentiful. Kemi had sacrificed so much for him: her youthfulness, her dreams, her very essence. And now, just as they were beginning to enjoy the fruits of their labor, Bayo's eyes were wandering. It stung, not just because of his infidelity, but because she knew that these women hadn't been there when Bayo was nothing. They hadn't suffered with him, cried with him, or believed in him when no one else did. I guess it is natural for Kemi to feel this way, right? But no spouse or partner should keep his or her dreams on hold. We all deserve to strive and shine. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But please don't forget to hit the subscription button, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for your constant support. Let's keep enjoying the story. One evening, after Bayo had returned home from one of his trips, Kemi sat by the fire, her thoughts swirling like the smoke rising from the pot of stew she was cooking. She needed to confront him, but she also needed to protect what they had built together. She feared that if she didn't take action soon, she might lose him completely to the allure of city women who were now flocking around him. So she went to an elder, an old woman named Iyalade, known for her wisdom and spiritual knowledge. Iyalade had seen the world change through the eyes of countless generations and knew things that others could only speculate about. Iyalade, Kemi began, I am troubled. My husband, Bayo, is slipping away from me. I have given everything I have to build with him. But now that he has wealth, I fear he will leave me for another woman. I need your help. The elder listened, her wrinkled face betraying little emotion as she stirred a pot of herbs on her fire. After a long silence, she spoke in a low, gravely voice. Marriage is like the tying of two souls, my daughter. When one soul begins to drift, it can bring imbalance to the union. But there are ways to bind him back to you, so his heart, his mind, and his desires never stray. But be careful, Kemi, for this part is not without consequences. Do you wish to proceed? Kemi nodded. She was willing to do anything to ensure Bayo remained faithful to her, for she knew no one would ever love him the way she did. The old woman handed Kemi a small bottle filled with a thick black liquid. Mix this with his food. It will bind his manhood to you. From now on, he will only find desire in your presence. If he tries to be with another woman, his body will betray him and he will feel nothing. But remember, what is done by magic cannot always be undone. Kemi accepted the bottle with both hands, her heart racing. She didn't fully understand what she was about to do, but she trusted the elder's words. That evening, Kemi prepared Bayo's favorite meal, pounded yam and egusi soup. As she stirred the soup, she added the black liquid, watching it disappear into the rich golden broth. Her hands trembled slightly as she set the table and called Bayo to eat. He came in from the porch, tired from his day but pleased to see his favorite dish on the table. As they ate, Kemi watched him closely, her pulse quickening. She felt a strange mixed anticipation and guilt, but she reminded herself that she was only protecting her marriage. Days turned into weeks, and as promised, the portion took effect. Bayo, once distant and distracted, now became more attentive to Kemi. He showered her with affection, and whenever he tried to venture out into the arms of another woman, he found himself unable to perform. His body would fail him. No matter how beautiful or seductive the woman was, word spread quickly among his admirers, and soon the women who had once flocked to him began to disappear, realizing that Bayo was no longer the man they thought he was. Kemi was pleased. Her plan had worked, and Bayo was now hers, body and soul. He stopped his frequent trip to Lagos, spent more time at home, and their marriage blossomed once again. But beneath her satisfaction lay a gnawing sense of unease. She had won Bayo back, but at what cost? As the months passed, Bayo became restless. Though he still loved Kemi, he could sense that something had changed. His body's betrayal whenever he was with other women left him feeling frustrated and emasculated. He didn't understand what was happening to him, but deep down, he suspected that Kemi had something to do with it. One evening, as they lay in bed, Bayo turned to Kemi and said, "Something is not right, Kemi. I feel like I am not myself anymore. I can't explain it, but it's as if I've lost a part of who I am." Kemi looked away, guilt tugging at her heart. She had gotten what she wanted, but Bayo's growing discontent was becoming harder to ignore. Days later, Bayo confronted Kemi more directly. "Kemi, I know you went to Iyalade. I don't know what you did, but I can feel it. You've changed me, haven't you?" Tears welled up in Kemi's eyes as she confessed, "Yes, Bayo, I went to her because I was afraid. Afraid of losing you to the women in Lagos. I didn't want to lose what we built together. I did it out of love, Bayo." Bayo was silent for a long time, his face unreadable. Then he spoke, his voice heavy with sorrow. "Kemi, I love you, and I always will, but love is not something you can force. What you've done has taken away my freedom, my ability to choose. Love without choice is not love at all." Kemi sobbed quietly, her heart breaking as she realized the truth in his words. She had acted out of fear, not trust. In trying to bind Bayo to her, she had destroyed the very foundation of their love. That night, Bayo packed his things and left their home. He didn't go to another woman, nor did he return to the city. Instead, he went to the edge of the village, where he built a small house for himself. He continued to provide for Kemi and their children, but their relationship was never the same. Though they still loved each other, the trust between them had been shattered, and no amount of wealth or magic could ever repair it. So, dear viewers, the moral of this story is that the love that binds must be built on trust and freedom. When love is forced or manipulated, it ceases to be genuine. True love allows space for choice, for only in the freedom to choose can love flourish and grow. Kemi's mistake was in believing that controlling Bayo's desire would secure his love, but love is not a possession. It is a gift freely given. Attempt to cage it, even with good intentions, can lead to its destruction. If you can still hear my voice, thank you for watching to the end of the story. But please don't forget to subscribe and comment where you're watching from. See you in my next video. Bye.